Yes, here we are, which means, of course, it's Wednesday, noon Eastern time. Off to an auspicious start for season 12. Season 12, they said it wasn't possible. They said we wouldn't last, but here we are every Wednesday, noon Eastern time, live and video on demand, of course, on the Facebook page, which is Temptations Beach, also the Jedi Hemp YouTube channel, and at Temptations on Twitter. The audio version, of course, if that's what you're looking for, you find it on Podbean, also Google Play, and iHeartRadio. Just search the High Noon Hemp Show. Seek and ye shall find, as they say. I am Stoner Jesus, aka Joe Claire. I do various things on the interwebs, many, many things. Go check them out if you want. He is Beach, the man himself, high above the Temptations in Sharonville at the Hemp Quarters, if you will. Beach, how are things in the world of Temptations this week?
Hot, hot, hot.
Yes.
It is hot out. That's all I can say of the world of temptations. Is that it is hot out. But we're still doing our hemp thing. That's for sure. Thanks everybody for tuning in to the High Noon Hemp Show wherever you're doing that. If you're watching later, we sure appreciate it. I am Beach. It is true. I am high above the Hemptations in Sharonville at what we call the Hemp Quarters for the High Noon Hemp Show. Thank you, Stoner Jesus, for those beautiful openings every week. He's got it all down. He lets you know, you listen, where to go, what to do. And so, can't do it without him. I keep pointing the wrong direction first
Caster.
because I think he should be over there, and he's over there. So I'm gonna have to do a Stoner Jesus appreciation show or something.
Hey, there you go. What I get.
We have been working together forever. It's been a long time. It's true. So anyway, let's get on with this High Noon Hemp Show. Locally, the most interesting thing that happened this week is Mary, as you can see, the Tohi Spa. Mary is my partner. She is also Tohi Spa, and of course, she uses CBD and everything, and hemp oil and all that stuff, and always has. We believe that Tohi Spa originally was, in fact, the first all hemp spa ever opened, using hemp linens, hemp everything. And so, anyway, she has to do her relicense. Part of getting her relicense every year is she always has to take these little classes. And so, this year's online class included CBD.
Wow.
And so, yeah, what they basically did is clarify is that it is 100% legal for her to use CBD, not her specifically, but for anyone that has a massage license to use CBD on their clients. And so, but yeah, it had this whole page of graphic, and they didn't call it CBD; they called it cannabidiol. Which is its scientific name, obviously. CBD is like THC, and CBN and CBG. Those are all shortened versions of uh, what their scientific name is, or their medicinal name, I should say, or medical name, because it is related to medicine when you talk about that, or should be. Um, and so I thought that was pretty interesting that they clarified in there. And so that's everyone that's taken that, everyone that has a massage license in the state of Ohio, I believe, has to watch this video, um, and so take this class, so to speak. And so I'm glad that they're clarifying that. I think that now what we will see is we're going to see a lot more massage places um, announcing that or marketing that at this point, because they're probably kind of afraid to market it now because there was a kind of a gray area there. Um, and then with everything else, but now that it's clarified and that the license bureau, so to speak, has clarified it to them, I think we're going to see a lot more massage therapists marketing a CBD massage. And so once again, we've been doing that. I don't know. Mary's been doing that for, I bet Toby Spa 3, 4, 5 years
Wow.
at least 5 years, because it's been, yeah, it's probably been 5 years, 5 or 6. I'm gonna have to ask her when she actually opened, when we opened Tohi Spa. Um, but it's been a long time. Um, Probably before or right at when it became federally legal, possibly. It's hard to say. The first time, 2014 ish. Man, that was 7 years ago. Man, time is flying. Time is flying when it comes to this hemp stuff. It's amazing that it's going to be. I mean, we're going on 7 years of industrial hemp being legal in the United States. Again, I'm going to have to start saying soon. We've been selling CBD. I usually say 10 years at least, but I might have to. I might have to stretch those numbers, because I was before. It's been 12, 13 years now, probably since we started selling CBD products at Hemptations. So there you have it. Tohi Spa officially is allowed to use CBD, even though she never stopped using CBD because it's been legal. It wasn't illegal, but it's been clarified by the Ohio Massage License Bureau, um, that it's okay to use. And trust me, you want to use it if you're getting a massage. The extra benefit of having CBD in the massage oil is unbelievable, and using hemp oil as the massage oil is even better, or hemp lotion with CBD. Either way. All right, let's get right on to the product spotlight. Boy, I've really kind of mixed it up this week, I think. Trying to get back to being a little bit unique. Again, we've seen almost all these products. We don't have anything new, although there is one new one, I believe, on the product spotlight this week. The first one is our selection of Santa Cruz hemp composite grinders. And so there's a 2-piece, and then if you look over on the left there, that's actually, I think, a 3-piece. So it grinds it and then drops it into, I think it has a storage actually on the bottom. I'm gonna have to look at those again, but I'm pretty sure that's it. It grinds it and then it has storage on the bottom as well. Um, Speaking of massages, and having your muscles rubbed, here is the Mary Hempster's muscle rubs. And again, carrying these for probably 25 years. Just a great product, and you've got basically a cool and a hot version. You got the bump and bruise in there as well. A couple vegan versions, and then again, this is just a rub on. Basically, looks like an oversized lip balm container, and this is just to rub on any sore spots or any places that you may have a bump or bruise as well, to help remedy that. I know a lot about bumping and bruising these days, being on pain or blood thinners, which sucks, by the way. But anyway, it's a whole nother subject for not another day. Um, the next one we've got here, these are new to the store. The hemp wraps, were huge. And then there's a shortage. There's a slight shortage of hemp wraps because of COVID. And so now we're just kind of picking up new hemp wraps where we can. And I'm going to try to obviously fill in the holes of all the old hemp wraps. But these are actually organic. And so I think that's great to know. And not that they had to use any chemicals on the hemp when they grow it to make paper out of it. They shouldn't need to do that. And so I'm sure they don't. But, um, organic is, as I've been saying on the show for a while, in the United States, is a soil rating. It's not whether you used chemicals on the plant or not, which does come into factor, of course, but it's also more or less a soil rating to make sure that the soil is organic and free of all the stuff you don't want to be in the soil when you're growing a plant, no matter what it is. And these have tips too, and the tips are been super popular as far as whether you're rolling just regular papers or not. It seems like tips to roll with are really popular in the rolling world, and so get some hemp wraps with tips at any one of the Hemptations locations. Um, And this last product, and there's a little bit of this kind of around at all the stores. This is the selection again in Sharonville. There's a couple different. You got, I think, a redwood, a cedar, and a chestnut colored wood stain there with the hemp shield. You can go online and order hemp shield as well. I'm pretty sure. I probably need to get the supply back up a little bit from different colors because they do a gray now and some other colors as far as staining your wood. Um, and so I would assume that right now is good. We're getting a lot less rain, but your wood is probably also going to soak it up. And so, um, that's not a bad thing. It's more staying in the wood to protect it and keep it good for as long as you want to on your deck or railings or whatever you want to use your hemp stain on. There you have it. So there's 4 from the store, and the one from my door just recently popped back up. This is my hemp footstool. I need to add a little bit of foam to it, or it's just like a bean bag basically. It's like a miniature bean bag, but it's a footstool. Um, but Stefan, this was actually at the old studio above the O'Brienville store, and he brought it up. I was like, man, I totally forgot about that thing. So I'm back in possession of my hemp footstool, which I'm pretty sure I acquired back in the day when I got my hemp bean bags um, as well. Though I do think, looking at it from here, it might be a different, a little darker material than my bean bags. So, but just another product in the long list of hemp products that I personally own. So that's the product spotlight. 4 from the store, 1 from my store. My one, beep bop boop. 4 from the store, 1 from my door. I did it.
There you go. Which, of course, brings us to what most people are waiting for when they're watching the show. They're just waiting for us to get through everything else so they can see what Beach is wearing, which is why I ask him every single week that very question. When I ask, what are you wearing, Beach?
And this week, I put my contacts in, so it's a whole different kind of look as well. I guess this is a different kind of look for me. But from head to toe here, we've got my brown fedora, and the only reason I can say it's a brown fedora because it came from China, and it doesn't have a tag that says actually the name of the company. All it says is 100% hemp. So I don't know. And I've got my hemp eyewear sunglasses on there. The frames are made out of hemp with a Young Maven Hemptations Bunberry tee. That was from 2014 as well. How about that? My shorts are made by Efforts Hempwear. And I think Efforts makes shoes too. I'm not positive on that. Then, of course, if you look closely in my pockets, you can see my Green Springs Technology pen. I've got my Hempest briefs with the Oasis no-shows and the Rackle shoes, which you can buy online at hemptations.com or go to Rackle on their website. They have a couple other colors, but they're super light. I think they only weigh 6 ounces or something. Super light shoes. I'm really liking my Rackles. They're great summer shoes, no doubt about it. So there you have it. If you woke up today, or you're just waking up now, or you're watching later and you're like, hey, what did Beach wear today? Now you know. What are you wearing, Beach? There it is.
That's right. Keep me updated.
That's it. As much as I can. Get to see a lot of my calves this time of year.
That's right.
So showing off the calves.
Bonus for the viewers.
No doubt about it. All right, let's get to it, man. We got a lot of news, a lot of picks, a lot of cool stuff this week, a lot of going on. Again, The first news is about it's actually an article from Australia's Women Health, and it was titled "The 9 Benefits of Adding Hemp to Your Diet." And those 9 benefits are: improve heart health, boost your brain, aid digestion, stay full for longer, get a better night's sleep, boost iron levels, rich source of protein, and a natural anti-inflammatory properties. And that's just hemp oil. We're not even talking about CBD. That's the benefits of hemp oil. You can get hemp oil um, anywhere in any grocery store. Most grocery stores should have hemp oil or hemp products on the shelves. Um, and so there's just more proof as to all there's so many benefits to hemp oil, the hemp seed oil, that again, adding it to your diet is a no-brainer if you can. Um, this next, we got to do have a picture here. This is a Vogue magazine. They're excited about new arrivals. These are the Rothy's. This is the Rothy's hemp collection. I don't know anything about Rothy's, but obviously they're making a couple different women's sandals, a couple different bags, and then the beige, so to speak. I believe those are actually men's hemp shoes. Um, the hemp lace up, they call it. And then you got the hemp knot, which is the sandals, and then another sandals down there as well. And so Rothy's, I believe you can go to Rothy's, Rothys. You can see their name there. That's the name of the company. But apparently they're adding a whole hemp line to their collection this year. Uh, so Vogue, to it. That's the anyway. Ay ay ay. Here's here's some interesting news, because I have no idea how they're really going to work this out, and they're just now working on it. But Colorado is trying to or passed a cross pollination law for cannabis. Okay, so they're trying to protect the THC farmers as much as they're trying to protect the CBD farmers. Because again, the THC pollen drifts over to the CBD plants. All of a sudden, you're more than 0.4% THC. The CBD pollen floats over to the THC plants. All of a sudden, your THC is down, and you have a lesser quality THC flower than you want. Now, barring some type of wind stopping machine, I have no idea how they are going to enforce or or stop or have farmers again. Um, this is a cross pollinating plant, male female germination. That germination can travel miles and miles and miles. They even brought up the fact that Colorado's, because here's the deal about Colorado, folks. If you don't know the geography of Colorado, Kansas side is super flat. Okay. And then you get to the Rockies, and then it's mountains. But, I would say, if I was to guess, at least one third of Colorado is super flat. And there's a lot of agricultural there, from cattle to crops. And then you get to the mountains. And so that's, we're talking about huge winds of gusts. Kansas is known for its gusts for its wind, because of how flat it is. And again, when you get into the Kansas side of Colorado, it's still super flat till you get to the mountains. And so you get winds 10, 20 miles an hour, 30 miles, 40, 50 miles an hour, a good wind. And that can take that germination, that pollen, for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. And so I don't know, how they're going to track it. I mean, okay, all of a sudden, this guy's got his THC plants got ruined by some CBD that could have been grown 30, 40, 50 miles in the vicinity
Yeah.
of his plants. And then the same for the CBD farmer. All of a sudden, he comes up 0.5%, has to destroy his entire crop, because there's a THC farmer 10, 20, 30, 45, 50 miles away as well. And so um, it's so hard to fathom how they think they're going to actually hold anybody responsible or try to control it, have the farmer control it in any way. So good luck, Colorado, with your cross pollination uh, idea. It's great. I sure love the idea of thinking that you can write some legislation and that's going to keep plants from cross pollinating for miles and miles and miles. But good luck. Good luck is all I can really say about that. And I feel for him because it is, I feel more for the CBD farmer because once again, 0.1% THC higher than 0.3%. That's all it takes. Just a little bit of that THC pollen to make its way, and they're done. Their entire crop is done. Um, and I realize that the THC, they want the high number of THC, but they can still sell their product. They just got to change their label a little bit because it's not the percentage of THC they were expecting, and it's probably a higher amount of CBD, which I actually think customers may want. So it's something that we have always known is an issue because we've always talked about even when you grow for the grain, if you're growing for THC, you're growing for the grain, that pollen is going to affect the THC plant. And so, but I don't know how you stop nature. Good luck. Check out this house. This is the full page. I don't think I edited it down to the picture on this one. This is the control. It's called, yeah, there you go. Control P. And this is actually a 3D printed house using hemp plastics, hemp composite, which is just like super cool. They look like shipping containers, like a fancy shipping container that you can plant plants on the outside of, kind of. And I think that's about the size. They've even got them where they've stacked them, like they're starting to stack shipping container houses now. And this is over in Europe somewhere, not in the United States, as far as I can tell from the article. But again, they're bio-based micro homes being 3D printed using hemp composite, which again, I just so love this idea. It's insane. And you could do the same thing with hempcrete. You could 3D print a house with hempcrete, but these would be so much lighter, and I don't think they would be as efficient as hempcrete is coming as an insulator and whatnot. But depending on where you are, whether you really needed that or not, it's hard to say. And then of course I just love the whole idea that the entire outside is planter boxes. To be able to make your outside walls living walls is pure genius. There's your insulation. There's some natural insulation on top of that hemp composite. And so super cool. Speaking of micro homes or tiny homes, here's the picture of the inside. And I did show the outside of this, and I think I mentioned it. I think the most amazing thing is this is a hempcrete tiny home. They sell for $26,000, and they are completely sold out right now for the rest of the year on these hemp houses. And again, hemp for dwellings, as I should say, to build dwellings out of in the hempcrete specifically um, is when again it's a great insulator, pest control. There's no molds or any type of environmental issues that pop up when using hempcrete. And once again, you're saving on a natural resource that can't be returned, sand or gravel, as far as that mixture in the crete mix that hemp replaces. And you know, you got new hemp every 5 months to grow to build houses out of and whatnot. And again, seeing a huge amount of this happening across the world using hemp to build with, which once again, absolutely brilliant. More and more, we need more and more. Here's kind of interesting. I didn't know, I might have actually watched a little bit of a NASCAR race this weekend, but Alex Bowman won the Pocono Organics CBD 325 last Saturday, which, according to the article, another CBD first. This is the first NASCAR race to be titled or sponsored by a CBD maker. And so, good for Pocono Organics or Organic CBD. I don't know what the name of the company really is, because Pocono, I think that's the place where it's ran, the Pocono track. But the race was called. So this is Alex Bowman. Hang this trophy up on his wall. The Pocono Organics CBD 325. So thank you, Alex Bowman, for winning that race. Thank you, CBD, for getting involved. Obviously, NASCAR racers are going to benefit from CBD. Yeah. I don't know if they, although it makes them calm. I don't know if they're not too sleepy. So anyway, here's a pic of this is called Intune Tonic Plus CBD, and it was named Best Quirky Tonic on the 10 best tonic waters for mixing with everything from gin to vodka and vermouth, which really just means kind of like making a martini with seltzer water and tonic water, in my opinion. But yeah, quirky tonic because of its CBD. And so, we do seltzer water. The Queen City is actually a 5 milligram and whatnot. And so, I haven't really, and I need to, summertime a little bit, start experimenting with, say, different adult beverage using our seltzer waters and an adult beverage to kind of come up with some really cool, because we're seeing a lot of that as far as adult beverage um, uh, recipes, so to speak, is using some type of flavored CBD seltzer water, putting your whatever type of alcohol might taste good in there. And remember, folks, drink responsibly. I don't care how old you are. I know you're supposed to be 21, but the important thing is to just be responsible, even though it's a really stupid thing to say because 16-year-olds cannot drink responsibly. That's just a fact. So I'm not saying drink if you're under 21, but if you are drinking, try to be smart about it, because you will do something stupid.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Oh, here's yet another picture of a house, a home. This is called House Low. And I don't know if I showed a picture of this when it was being built, because it does look somewhat familiar.
Yeah.
But this is in the Czech Republic. And so I may have shown a picture of this, I think, when they were first working it out. But again, and this is where, in the article, this is what they tell you. The reason that they used it was because it's great for insulating. It's recyclable. The house itself would be recyclable, and resistance to pests, fire, and molds. Again, great reasons to build with hemp, no doubt about it. Uh-oh, am I there? Are we there?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought something glitched there for a second, but again, just backing up why we need to build with more hempcrete. Um, uh, Not just because it's great environmentally, but it's great for your environment after you've built it. Period. Uh, and so here's some new shoes. The All Day. This is called the All Day. This is from the All Day company, I should say. Um, and again, in their uppers, they're using hemp, cotton, and just a little bit of elastic. They say for just a little bit of stretchability. So um, it looks like the All Days are a women's line. I don't once again know anything about All Day shoes, but they are another shoemaker that is using hemp in their shoes. We're seeing just a lot. It just seems overwhelming right now how many new companies I'm seeing starting to work with the fiber. So thank you, All Day Shoes, for that. And thank you for this next company. In an article, Best Environmentally Friendly Hiking Shorts, these, the Salawa Alpine Hemp Cargo Shorts. And it says that they're using PFC free alpine hemp. And I really don't know what that means. PFC, I probably should know what PFC is before I say it's PFC free, but I didn't know. I don't think PFC is a part of hemp. So I don't know why they're PFC free hemp, alpine hemp. But um, there you have it. The company it's spelled Salewa. Salawa. You can see it down there on the bottom. I guess that's how it's pronounced. I have no idea how it's pronounced. I'm pretty sure I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Um, just because it doesn't look like a word that I would pronounce right somehow. Uh, Probably Native American.
Mhm.
But anyway, I'm gonna have to check those out. They're probably not cheap, but they do look like I seem to love my cargo shorts these days. So happen to be wearing a pair today, as a matter of fact. If you noticed earlier in the pictures of what are you wearing, Beach? And so I'll get their website up on our website um, as well. I need to get to updating our website for sure. I feel like I'm behind these days, but I will do that. I'll get their website up there too, so you can find those. Be reminded later at hemptations.com. That's on the second page, on the about page. Um, and so, here's a shortage that is turning out to be a good thing for hemp, and that's the wood shortage. Wood prices they're up
Yeah.
there because there is a shortage of wood. Um, and I want to blame COVID, and I don't know how COVID caused the shortage in wood, um, but there is a shortage in wood, and so guess what? You can make anything you can make from wood, you could make from hemp, just about. And although there are not a whole lot of hempwood companies, there is Hempwood, the hempwood company in Kentucky, which does make hempwood. And their prices were a little bit high, but I know their prices are kind of coming down, and they're probably now not so much higher than lumber. That it makes even more sense to use a hemp wood, and so I know they do. I'm pretty sure they do a 2x4. I think they do a 4x4. And I know they do sheets. They do a flooring, I think, possibly of hemp wood. I need to go check it out because I know that they came out like gangbusters a year or two ago, and they are continuing to produce hemp woods. Something that I've always said and involved in every speech I've ever said is anything you make out of wood or synthetically, you can make from hemp, and that's still 80 to 90% true. There's some things you just can't replace, um, but for the most part, you can replace most things with hemp, and so you know building a house out of hemp wood or using hemp flooring or anything, I mean, to me is just as awesome as using hempcrete, of course, because it's sustainable. We're not chopping down trees. We're not chopping down trees. Can you imagine? We just stopped cutting down trees. We just started growing hemp everywhere and stopped cutting down trees that don't need to be cut down just to fulfill the things that we don't need to make from wood anymore. We just don't. We have other sources and other means that make much more sense. Hemp, that is it. Um, and so, you know, hemp wood shortage or a wood shortage is bringing attention to hemp wood, and hopefully this will send it over the edge and really get some production made, get costs down, and get it comparable to what lumber should be before even the shortage in prices. And then once again, everybody can use it and they won't care, and we'll go about our way, and all the trees will continue to wave at us in the wind because they can't wave at us anymore if they're laying on the ground dead. So, shortage of wood is good for hemp. Again, yet another Nike shoe, a good old pair of Nike Huaraches. Uh, I know I had a pair of Jordan Huaraches way back in the day. Um, but the laces, that's all they're doing in this one. I didn't have a better pick than this. But the only part of these that are actually hemp are the hemp laces. Um, but, they're using hemp as opposed to cotton. And so that's great. Thank you, Nike. This might be the fifth or sixth Nike I've shown this year on the show that they've incorporated hemp into. So I'm really, there was a couple that were majority hemp, and the rest of it's kind of like this. It's just little parts of it, the tongue or the shoelaces or the swoosh. But we need more all hemp or mostly hemp shoes. But good for them either way, uh, for using hemp in some way or another. Um, how about this study coming out of Cambridge University that has proven hemp more effective than trees at sequestering carbon? Once again, hemp more effective than trees at sequestering carbon. So not only can we grow more hemp to not cut down the trees that are already sequestering the carbon, which they do a pretty good job of. I'm not bad mouthing trees because it's a good part of how they keep our planet livable. By the way, I'm not sure if everyone's tracking that as we cut down more trees, but they're the only way to keep carbon in check. Without them, we will not exist.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But we can not only can we stop cutting down the trees to grow hemp, but the hemp we grow will be more effective at sequestering the carbon, which we need to remove, because even though we are a carbon based entity, we are creating more carbon pollution than the trees can suck out. And we're cutting down more trees so we don't have as much carbon sequestering. Um, and it's all a part, it's all a big part. Whether you believe in global warming or not is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is it's all a part of what humans are doing that is not good for our planet, period. Long term, short term, whatever you want to look at it. Okay. It's just pure and simple. That's what it is. You don't have to believe any science. You don't have to feel like they're using scare tactics for the future. The fact of the matter is we have created an environment for the planet that is not conducive for us on the planet anymore. We've done too much. And so that's why I got into the hemp game to begin with. And I'm so happy to be here 25 years later on a show that we've done 133 episodes now, talking about hemp and everything it can do and proving it. Not just talking about it, proving it. That's more the idea of the show to begin with. When I came up to the idea, it was more education to prove, to show what hemp can do and should do. And here it is doing that. So Let's see. There's not a whole lot of events that I've got here. July 9th through 10th, you do have the Show Me Hemp Fest. I don't have much more information on that. I believe it's in the Missouri. Isn't Missouri the Show Me state?
Yeah.
And so, but it's coming up. But I did see the lineup, and it was education and hands-on project stuff and things like that. And so, um, if you're in Missouri, find out, get some more information on that. It's called the Show Me Hemp Fest. They didn't have a city, which I didn't really advertise for an event. You have a lineup for an event, but you don't want to tell me specifically where that event is.
Just find it the best you can.
Yeah. Just see what you just start driving to Missouri and see if you can find it.
Right. See a sign or something.
I'll get some more information on that as well. And then of course July 12th, not too far away, you got the Hemp Coffee and Books event in Chapel Hill from 5 p.m. to 6:10 p.m. Get in on that if you're in the Chapel Hill area. And then finally we're getting there almost. We've got Hemp Week coming up July 17th through the 23rd. And so, the Kentucky CBD Hemp Show down in Frankfurt's kicking that off on July 17th as well. And so we'll have a whole week of hemp will be on sale all week in the stores, all hemp products. And then we're probably going to do like each day. So paper will be even more on sale one day. Clothing will be even more on sale another day. Is probably how we're going to do Hemp Week this week. And that will be a special show as well, probably dedicated just to hemp, little hemp education. I do my hemp educational speech with my graphics. Ooh,
There you go.
maybe that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do my hemp presentation with my graphics, and which is past, present, and future of hemp these days. So look forward to that during Hemp Week on the High Noon Hemp Show. August 5th, also down in Kentucky, you've got the Kentucky Hemp Association annual conference and trade show. That's in Louisville. So if you're in Kentucky and you're part of the Kentucky Hemp Association, you're probably looking for that. If not, join the Kentucky Hemp Association if you are in the hemp world, and then go to the event because Kentucky they are one of the leading growers of industrial hemp in the country right now, regardless of whether it's for CBD or fiber or grain or whatnot. They are still continuing to grow a lot of hemp, even though those numbers have dropped from last year. But most of those numbers that have dropped have been CBD. I think people are going to be growing less CBD, but I think we're going to start seeing a little bit more people growing for fiber and grain. And so I didn't have any questions, but those are my thoughts when it comes to growing. Of course, you've heard all that before here on the High Noon Hemp Show. So with that being said, thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back next week for episode 2 of season 12. That's right, season 12. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. And remember, reduce, reuse, recycle. Make everything else out of hemp. Having Hemptation.
See you all next week.